So what you're looking at on the screen right now is one of the craziest items in Counter-Strike history, maybe the craziest item in Counter-Strike history. This is the factory new Stat Track AK-47 case hardened 661 pattern. It is like one of the most iconic skins of all time. It's been one of the biggest chase skins of all time because it has never existed. There has been obviously 661 patterns. There's been factory new Stat Track case hardened AKs and a bunch of different patterns, but this has never come together. It's always been theorized. It's always been talked about, and it's always been estimated to be worth maybe around $1 million. And now finally it exists. So in this video today, we're going to be going over what exactly this AK is, what makes it so special, what makes it so expensive, but everyone's going to be doing that. We're also going to be talking about how this will impact some different CS2 investments and how you guys can maybe make some money off this thing, even if you don't have $1 million in the long run. So hopefully this should be a pretty good video. But first, let me plug my cash trading business really quick. If you guys are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, I'm talking about anything. I'm talking cases, capsules, knives, stickers, agents, guns, whatever. Hit me up over on Twitter. My Twitter is going to be the first link in the description below. I'm also going to have my trade link down there. Maybe you guys want to trade for some items that I have in my inventory because my inventory has been getting pretty crazy recently, so I'm sure we can work out a deal. But I'm offering you guys this cash trading service as a safe, easy, effective, efficient way for you to get money for your items very quickly and then be able to do whatever you want with it, whether it's buy some new stuff or have some money IRL or whatever. And of course, by doing this, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content. With that being said, let's get right into this. So again, this AK looks absolutely insane. It is absolutely beautiful. You guys can see it has the fully blue top. That is what makes this skin so crazy. And when you're holding it in game, you can see so much blue. That's why this thing stands out. I know there is some people that say, oh, I like this pattern better or this pattern or whatever, but that fully blue top is always going to be iconic. It's always going to stand out. And again, getting it factory new and Stat Track and the best pattern in the game, all of that comes together, and there is so many people estimating this thing to be worth around $750 to $1 million. If not, I've seen like 800 to $1 million. I've seen some people say, hey, it's probably even going to go for more than $1 million. Who knows? But this is absolutely insane, and people started seeing this pop up yesterday, and the whole community went crazy. Everyone is making tweets about it. Everyone's going for engagement bait. Everybody's going to be making videos. Everybody's going to be doing clickbait, all that good stuff. This is what it looks like on here. You can see the buff inspect for it. It's got a lot of yellow under it's got the fully blue top, a lot of yellow underneath, a lot of yellow on the mag, some blue on the bottom, some blue like on the rifle, the front of it and stuff like that. But mainly the most iconic thing here is that fully blue top. You can see here, Stat Track factory new from 661 pattern, paint seed, whatever, tier 1. Absolutely insane. And again, this had never existed before. People had talked about this. They've known that obviously this is a thing and that it was going to be crazy when it did exist, but people are doing trade-ups, people are opening cases, and it just hadn't happened yet because the odds of it are still very, very slim because you not only need it to be factory new, you not only need it to be Stat Track, you need it to be a 1 in 1,000 pattern as well. So there's just a lot that needed to happen. It's kind of crazy that it did take this long for it to eventually happen, but now that it's here, the community is buzzing. And of course, that I think is very, very exciting just to see people getting excited about CS content because, again, CS2 so far hasn't had a lot of new content, hasn't had a lot of things to get hyped up and excited about. And obviously, hey, this crazy AK, it's not going to bring a bunch of new players to the game or anything like that, but it is creating buzz. It is creating news stories. It is getting people talking about CS in general. It is getting people excited about the markets again. And again, more and more people seeing that, hey, a potential $1 million skin even exists, could bring some money and could bring some people back into the market and stuff like that. So I think just in general, that is a good thing. We had this tweet here from like Hobshy saying it has actually happened. The factory new Stat Track 661 #1 pattern exists. Most estimate the price would be near $1 million. And there you can see it on buff and stuff like that. We had everyone, giving their thoughts and opinions and just showing this thing exists. Everyone's hyped up. You have Arrow chiming in. You have Price Empire saying the new #1 lowest float Stat Track AK-47 case hardened blue gem has just been crafted recently. I thought this was really cool from Skins Monkey as well. Full set of the currently most expensive blue gems. You have the blue gem gloves, you have the blue gem karambit, and you have the blue gem AK as well, which they estimate that this could cost about $2.5 million. I mean, if you saw somebody decking this out, this would be absolutely sick. The full blue with the gloves, the knife, and the gun, I think obviously looks super, super cool. here. Alchemist tweeted out what the what people are guessing, or not guessing, but calculating the odds to be for pulling this thing. And this goes to show you why it has not existed for this long, why it's taken this long for us to get here. I don't know if I'm covering this up, but he said, okay, so if my maths are correct, which I cannot guarantee, odds for this AK are 1.6% for the AK case hardened, 10% for it to be a stat track out of, a 1 in 10 chance after you have it in AK case hardened or whatever, and then a 0.1% for the pattern 661, 1 in 1,000, and then a 3% for factory new, which he calculates to be about 1 in 21 million. So now you can maybe understand more and more why we have not. Also, again, there's multiple ways to get this thing. You could do it by trade ups, you could do it by case opening, and what we are saying, what they're saying, what the community is saying is so far they have found out that it was from a case opening. It was unboxed. This was not traded up. This was unboxed due to some weird float stuff that he doesn't understand, blah, 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 whatever. People are able to realize and see that this was most likely opened from a case, which is pretty interesting. Now, this is obviously leading me to the investment side of things. How is this impacting the investment world? Because obviously, somebody's going to make a lot of money off this thing. But hey, we all don't have $1 million. We're not going to all invest in this AK-47 case hardened. So what can we do? So this skin obviously comes from the CSGO weapon cases, the arms deal collection skins. Here you can see it, AK-47 case hardened. So a couple of different options here. One, obviously you have the CSGO weapon case that this thing comes from. Now that people see you have a chance to get $1 million, hey, there's probably going to be some more people buying these. There's probably going to be some more people opening these. This is going to be a big deal. People would like to win $1 million. People would like to spend, $89 or $91 after you buy a key or whatever to have a chance to win $1 million. That sounds like a pretty good deal. People are going to get excited. This is going to be a news story. People are going to say, oh, that's crazy that AK exists. How do I get my hands on one? And we can see that even though that the CSGO weapon case is $89, it's still up 47.56% in the past year, which again, compared to real world investments, that is insane returns. That is insane gains. Now, compared to some other cases, hey, this isn't exactly the best returns in the world for a case or anything like that. But you can still see that even the expensive cases in CS still have done quite well over the past year and still are doing quite well over time. And now with this recent news, I think these have a chance to do even better. So yeah, you can't buy $1 million AK, but you could buy the vehicle or the path to getting to that $1 million AK that a lot of people are probably going to be chasing. And we can see here in the last 5 days, this is up 12.5%. People are hyped up. People are excited right now. People are rushing into the markets to buy these CSGO weapon cases, and I could definitely see that continuing on. Now, of course, the other option we have is maybe people aren't going to be trying to unbox it. Maybe people are going to be looking for trade-ups, so we have the opportunity to maybe buy the skins from this collection that people are going to be trading up, because again, as these skins are getting traded up, the supplies are getting crushed. It takes 10 skins or whatever, I think 10, 8 or 10, whatever. I've never really done trade-ups before, but 8 or 10 skins to trade up. So that's a lot of these skins getting crushed. And obviously these are all generally rare and old skins in the first place. So you have stuff like the MP7 Skulls, which is up 56% in the past year, which is pretty crazy. This is about $20 right now. You have the AUG Wings, which is about 51% in the past year. It's sitting at around $20 as well. You have the SG553 Ultraviolet, which has done well in the past year, up 52%. The M4A1S Dark Water in the past year, we can see here, this is about 36%, but this is also in the collection. We have the USP Dark Water, which is up about 30% in the past year. The Glock Dragon Tattoo, which is up about 27% in the last year. So again, most of that stuff is not doing as good as the case, but some of that stuff's a little bit cheaper. But you have different options for whether you want to be able to invest in the case opening side of this, or you want to invest in the trade up side of this, or whatever. But again, I think more and more people are going to be getting excited about these AK-47 case hardens and about the skins and about the cases and all that stuff that go with it, because this is huge, huge, huge news. Everyone's going to be talking about this. So maybe that's a potential play to be able to make some money off this thing in the long run. Who knows? But for both those trade ups and the cases and everything like that too, you still have the Lightning Strike and you have tons of other good stuff in the case in the collection. But yeah, people are going to be chasing after this thing. Now that we have one, people are going to be excited to get their hands on even more of these AK-47 blue gems if possible. But yeah, shout out to this guy. Like they said, man, can you imagine a $90 case? You open that up and you end up with $1 million. Like, that's insane. That's ridiculous. But that's how crazy the world of Counter-Strike is, and just a huge, huge, huge story. This will definitely be one of the biggest stories of the year, just 2 weeks into 2024. So hopefully this is shaping up to be a big and crazy year. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.